decided to go up top, do a little head hunting, and he found his prey. Miguel Berchelt
Beautiful work.
Gets rid of him in the sixth.
Follow me on Twitter at TstreeT for life.
Just accumulation of punches.
Finish my point, Tess.
Took too many shots.
I was going to say, the fight's going to get stopped at the hands of Berchelt, and there you have it.
And those hands just stopped it in the 6th round. WBC Junior Lightweight World Champion.
That body cam shit looks
It's a good
stupid.
stoppage right there by the referee. Berchelt
So many
coming in for the
variables.
kill. Came behind that jab, popped the head up of Valenzuela, followed up with combinations. You know, he's been doing this all night long. You know, this was target practice. You know, he had a great opportunity to just work on some things.
All right, let's start right there. We already know what's going on with the quality of fights that Top Rank has been putting out. If you don't know, here's a very good tweet by Keith Eidick from Boxing Scene, highly respected. I respect him. Journalist, one of the lead journalists, writers for Boxing Scene, him and Jake Donovan. Anyway, this is what he posted here. Let me go over here before we get into Berchelt and what's possibly next. For those keeping track at home, Top Rank has absurdly lost 4 of his upcoming ESPN main events in the last 5 days. 5 main events in the past 10 days. Lost 2 to COVID, 2 to injuries, and 1 to failed PED test. You know, boxing is different. You know, and that's why, you know, they're baby stepping into it. You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, down in Mexico, according to BoxRec, and you know BoxRec, you got to take it with, you know, BoxRec is not really official. They're close, but they're not really official outside of stats. You know, it says that no commission present due to COVID-19 restrictions in Mexico City's professional sport is halted by the local government. The hell does that mean? I mean, obviously there's some type of maybe independent, I don't know, whatever's going on down there. But nonetheless, Miguel Berchelt gets a stoppage. You know what? I'm going to butcher this guy's name, and I've been hearing it all night and all week. You know, Eleazar Valenzuela. How about that? 21-13-4 with 16 KOs. Now, crazy, he fought Emmanuel Navarrete in 2016. He also fought Zhu Shiming back in 2013. Remember him? He was in Transformers. Remember him? In a perfect world, we would see Miguel Berchelt versus the winner of Oscar Valdez. If Oscar Valdez wins his fight on July the 21st, just in 3 weeks, but we don't know who his opponent's going to be. Oscar Valdez fought against Adam Lopez, Jason Sanchez. I like that Adam Lopez fight at 130, but also another fight that I would love to see. And okay, here's the thing. Shakur Stevenson versus the winner of Valdez versus Berchelt can happen, but I don't see Miguel Berchelt versus Shakur Stevenson because Shakur Stevenson, it looks like he's really going to move to 130. And if he stays at 126, it'll likely only be for Josh Warrington, maybe 1-2 fights at most, maybe something, you know, a little bit later on this year, that him and Josh Warrington early next year or something, I don't know. But it's looking like, you know, he may not be able to last at 130 pounds too long. So he's already been vocal during his last fight. It's like, look, I'm going to 130, you know, and he's a big dude for his size. So at 130, that's possible of him by fighting Jamel Herring, or Jamel Herring's got to keep his belt. Jamel Herring was supposed to be fighting in a couple of weeks, next week or some shit, right? The 9th, and he failed a COVID test. Well, he tested positive. I don't like to say it like that. It just comes across wrong, you know. And I'm going to get to Big Baby Miller in another video. He tested positive for COVID, and he was supposed to fight Cole Frampton. And I think they're probably going to still stick with that after Jamel Herring's next fight. Miguel Berchelt. So basically, I look at it like this. If we were to see a Shakur Stevenson, I put it this way. I'm banking on the winner of Miguel Berchelt versus Oscar Valdez to fight a Shakur Stevenson before I see a Shakur Stevenson versus Jamel Herring. Now, Shakur Stevenson, expect for him to have, when he does move up, to have one fight, at 130, and then, in a title eliminator, or something along those lines. But I'm highly interested in it. And one thing about that division, outside of course, Leo Santa Cruz, that division can be unified. Now, depending on what happens with Leo Santa Cruz versus Tank Davis, which is supposed to be taking place at 130, by the way, that shit can make things really, really interesting. But we're getting a little too far down the trough. How about that? Let's just back up a little bit.
Clear the
Stop stuffing our face with boxing shit and just cover the fight.
Shine. Good job by Berchelt.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm
Mark,
looking
your final
forward
thought.
to boxing being back,
Good to see Miguel Berchelt do what he does well, which is attack relentlessly. I thought Valenzuela
I like that TV Azteca studio, by the way. I need to turn the gain down. I'm sorry. I'm probably screaming at you, right? Fucking, my bad. Oh, I hope my sound is not done. I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to let you know me. I'm going to upload the video anyway. Shit.
game. I am looking forward to seeing Berchelt and Oscar Valdez. It's a grudge match going back to Mexico. But in Berchelt, not the Berchelt you see tonight necessarily, but down the line, you're looking at a guy who has the chance to be great. It's not just volume, it's deadly accuracy.
It really is. 63% of his power punches landed. That's absurd accuracy. We're going to take a quick break. And we'll be right back.
I like Berchelt versus Loma. Also, we have to talk about if Berchelt can even stay at 130 himself. Right now, believe it or not, I don't know if it's maybe because of Venezuela was looking a little bit bigger, I guess. Last fight. Oh, no, this fight took place at 135. No wonder why. I'm thinking like, this fight took place at 135. So what I was going to say is I would love to see him versus Berchelt versus Loma too. But the problem is Loma versus Teofimo. Loma won't. I don't think Loma's going to move to 140. I think 135 will be his cap. Maybe test the waters at 140. If it looks like to me like he a little like it don't look like he can go to 140. Like he a little bit bloated. Oh, let's look at the punch stats.
Dismissed Eleazar Valenzuela. Look at the numbers for Miguel Berchelt.
135 is deep.
63% of his power punches landed. 201
a lot of
power punches
motherfuckers up
landed.
there.
A 6-round TKO. To make it official, here's Antonio Rosique.
I like this dude announcing at the beginning his stance.
Porque en el boxeo y en la vida ningún éxito es definitivo y ningún fracaso es permanente. Es el valor de continuar, el espíritu para seguir lo que verdaderamente cuenta.
Dude's the man.
Eleazar, gracias por tu valentía y por tu aguante. La afición al boxeo te lo reconoce. Te has rifado con un campeón del mundo. Miguel, gracias por el espectáculo y por esta exhibición de técnica depurada. Por algo eres el mejor boxeador del mundo en tu categoría. La Casa del Boxeo anuncia el resultado oficial de esta pelea. El ganador por nocaut técnico, the winner by technical knockout, al minuto y 13 segundos del sexto episodio.
Jesus, wrap it up.
El campeón mundial mexicano, Miguel Holacron Berchelt.
34th knockout in the career of Miguel Berchelt.
Oh, we're not
fan friendly. That's what
it's just going to end. We're not going to get a post-fight interview.
Goes out every time.
Oh well, Bernardo's not there. This is in Mexico.
With the offensive weaponry, 201 power punches landed, including the
Damn. Here, let's go see if they put anything on the Top Rank YouTube page. Let's go see here. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts. Not really much to talk about with his opponent, you know. Nope. So here's the boxing schedule. We're going to be back, and I'm already, I've had a very eventful few months. Got a lot of projects that I'm working on, and 2 very important ones. So that's what I've been doing during this lockdown and actually thriving. So here's this card. This was supposed to be Alex Salcido versus Ivan Berchelt, but he's citing an injury. But when it comes to some of these injuries, man, I'm doubtful. And I'm not saying that the fighters are lying. I'm just saying, I don't know. I think you motherfuckers are just holding out because you see the ratings aren't that good and all that shit. Jose Pedrada versus Miguel Lespierre has been rescheduled for July the 2nd. So that's what's that, Wednesday or Thursday? Thursday. Crazy. Jamel Herring versus Jonathan Oquendo has been rescheduled for the 14th. Remember, Gerald Big Baby Miller was supposed to fight July the 9th, but we're going to do that in a long stream. August, Eddie Hearn's backyard fights are starting. I'm actually looking forward to those, to be honest with you. I'm looking forward to those. They're going to be exciting. I can't say that for sure. Or at least I feel that. It's a good chance they will be. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Listen, things are rebranding. Just know that I'm doing good. I'm actually doing great. Things are rebranding. Things are coming together more than ever. And then when boxing is really, really back, I'm talking with the way things look and depending on what COVID does, I don't ever see boxing ever being the same again, especially with arena fights. I'm going to say September, October-ish, but that's even iffy because right now we're in July. So, when they're going to announce the fights for, we'll save it for a stream. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.